Good morning, children. So let us go to our next module. That's very important module, and it is a general topic for you. Everybody want to study this topic. That is the very serious disease, cancer. Okay. So cancer biology is there in your syllabus, a small part only. So let us discuss what is cancer and what are to in this class we can discuss what is cancer, what are the properties of cancer cells, and what are the different types of cancer. Okay, one by one we can discuss. Okay, let us move on to the first slide. Cancer is, you know what is cancer. So everybody now aware about how cancer is causing, what are the diets we have to take on, what are the things we have to avoid, everything you know. So it's a very serious type of disease spreading fastly in our society nowadays. Okay, and let us discuss one by one what are the some characteristic features. So cancer is actually a large class of diverse disease. Okay, and it is there are different types of cancer, but all types of cancer can result from an uncontrolled cell growth. The basic idea behind a cancer is uncontrolled cell growth, you know that. So there is a cell division in our body. So when there is an excessive cell division and that results in a huge amount of cells, that is actually known as what? Cancer. Okay, so there are different kinds of cells in our body and that are affected differently due to cancer. Okay, so there are more than 100 distinct type of cancer which vary in their behavior and response to the treatment. Okay, so in our body there are generally two systems. In cell there are generally two systems. One is growth regulators are there. Means, you know, a cell divides into two by mitosis. So mitosis taking place in vegetative cell and meiosis taking place in reproductive cell. These are the two types of cell division that you have already studied. Clear? Okay. So actually our body grows mainly due to the mitotic division, vegetative cell division. Okay. So when a cell divide into two, that again divides into two, likewise multiples divides. This process, you know, that is mitosis. Okay, so a parent cell produces two exact equal copy of the parent cell, that is a daughter cell. Again it continues to divide, and every cell undergo that passes to a cell cycle, that also you know. G1, S, G2 and M phase. So for cell division, what are the requirements? Requirements of proteins, requirements of DNA, and everything is satisfied during the cell cycle. Okay, so there is synthetic phase, there is a resting phase, etc. These are all studied. So that is a system in our bodies that's going on. So when there is no need of cell division, or when an excessive division is occur and now it wants to stop, what will do? There is some growth regulators that will control, that will act upon, that give signals or that act upon, and cell division will stop or it slows down. Okay, there are certain systems that will control this cell division that is happening in our body. Okay, and that's on one side. On other side, there are certain systems that is known as programmed cell death or apoptosis. Maybe you will study that in detail. Programmed cell death means when a cell its function is over, that's going aging. What happens is our body itself removing that. That is programmed cell death. Okay, so this is happening simultaneously, not simultaneously. It is happening in a balanced way. That is controlling growth as well as removing the dead cells or programmed cell death. Okay, so that have to be. So this is an in a balanced way. But absence or failure in this system may lead to what? Tumor. Clear? Okay. So growth and proliferation of tumor cell. Growth and proliferation of tumor cell, that leads to cancer. Okay, so death or apoptosis, that process decrease, growth and division increases, that may results into what? Cancer. Clear? Okay. Now, so this is an uncontrolled growth. I already told you, uncontrolled growth. There is nothing to stop this, no signal, nothing. That signaling system is impaired. So it produces mass of cells and that are known as tumors or neoplastic cells or neoplasm. And you can see there are two groups of tumors. One is benign tumor, another one is malignant tumor. Okay, so what is benign tumor? these tumors are actually having no cause, no problem to our body. So they never invade or they never spread. They will focus or stop or they retain in a particular organ or organelle or position only. Okay, they never spread to other parts. So they are not harmful. Okay. And a benign tumor contains normal cells also and may function like normal cells. Okay. So tumors are sometimes they become quite harmful if they located in organs like brain and liver that you know. Okay. So malignant tumors does not remain or confine in a particular area, but it will spread or it will invade to other areas. Okay, through the lymphatic system or our circulatory system. Clear? So they are life-threatening tumors. Okay, they spread throughout the body. That is why when earlier detection of cancer, the patient will escape. How? So when early detection in a particular location, they can remove the tumor and do and chemotherapy is doing. The spreading to other area will be reduced. Chances of spreading will be reduced in the case of malignant tumor. Okay, and there are chances of benign tumor become malignant. Okay, so when a benign tumor found out, it is also better to remove it in time. Okay, so cells of the malignant tumors are derived from a single cell, you know. So a single cell divides producing numerous cells. So they are monoclonal in origin. And all the daughter cells are same. So that is clonal cell. Clonal, you can call it as clones. Okay, so they composed of aberrant cells, means their functions are not in normal way. Okay, and there are deficient cytoplasm, irregular and large nucleus, cell abnormalities will be there in a tumor cells. So malignant tumors are very dangerous. Okay. Now, you can see benign tumors are not metastasizing, means not proliferating, not invading. But malignant show metastasis, means they will spread and invade to other organs. Okay. Then malignant tumors are classified into what are the different types of cancer? Classified into different types, mainly based on the cell type where it arises. Okay. So carcinomas are the very common one. They are the epithelial cancer. Then sarcomas, another one, that is mesodermal layer, fat tissue, cartilage, bone, etc. That is not that much common, but carcinomas are about 90% cancers are carcinomas. Okay, brain cancer also including carcinomas. The lymphomas also most dangerous, affecting immune system. Lymph nodes usually it will affect. The leukemias, another very important one, that is not like other cancers. This is a single cell proliferation. It will not produce in mass, not in large quantity or not in like a tumor, but single cell. But what happens is number of cells increasing, that will spread. Okay, so they will move as a single cell through the entire circulatory system. Okay, blood cancer. Now, first one is carcinoma. So, about 90% of human beings are affected with the carcinoma. Okay, and this is derived from epithelial cells, and these are also affecting nervous tissues like our breast, skin, brain, and so on. Cervical cancer, all are carcinomas. Okay, then sarcomas are the solid tumors of connective tissue, bones, cartilage, fibrous tissue, etc. So they are very rare in human beings. About a 2% having this type of cancer. Okay. Now what about lymphomas? So lymphomas are a type of malignancy that will usually affect the lymph nodes. So lymph nodes and spleen, you know, spleen, very important organ, controlling our immune system. So spleen and lymph nodes are affected by this cancer, and about 8% having human cancers are lymphomas. Okay, one example is Hodgkin's disease. Now leukemia, yeah, another very severe type of cancer, or otherwise known as blood cancer. It is circulated as a single cell, not a mass. And here actually what happens is uncontrolled cell growth at the cost of leukocytes or WBC, white blood corpuscles, you know. So it is an excessive production of white blood corpuscles, WBC. So there is a chance of color of the blood being milky. Okay, very important. it is very difficult to escape from this type of disease when once it is affected, leukemias. Okay, and these are the different types: sarcomas, lymphomas, then carcinomas, and leukemias. Okay, now they are again classified according to the tissue of origin. For example, if it is affecting lung cancer, then breast cancer, so on, it can be also classified. Okay, now let us look what are the causes of cancer. So, actual cause we cannot explain clearly, but there are many factors that controlling cancer or tumor growth. So, when DNA altered, what happens is it affects protein production, regulation, and killing mechanism. All these leads to cancer. I already told you, when the apoptosis or programmed cell death is decreasing, or when increasing cell division without the control of growth regulators, that may leads to the cancer. Okay. Then for this, the main reason is mutation. Exposure to hazardous radiations that may cause damage to DNA and resulting this type of problems. And our environment where we are living, when we are exposed to such hazardous toxic chemicals. Okay, DDT, endosulfan, etc. Then food habit, what we are eating. Okay, in what are the items we are including in our food. This all affects cancer. There are so many items. So those food items that contain antioxidants can protect your body from cancer. Okay, and if we are eating some other items that are actually there are so many items that available nowadays with the example is pesticide and fertilizer applied vegetables, fruits. So and so that also cause cancer. Then infectious agents like viruses. One example is SV40. Then inheritance through the parents or grandparents that can also pass on to the our body also. Okay, so these are the causes. Then how it is spreading. So the development of cancer is actually a multi-step process. So a cell gradually become malignant through a progressive series of alternation. So not all of a sudden, but it's a gradual process. This process involving that mutation, selection, etc. Okay, so mutation cause and DNA alters, then increasing the capacity of cell division. Then that cell survive, then invade metastasis, spread to other body, other parts. That is, and it will move to the or circulated through the bloodstream and deposited in different locations. Okay, so that process is the clonal selection. Actually, multiples of singles a cell is produced, and each having the exact copy of the parent cell. So that is clones. So clonal selection is an important process, and it continues throughout the tumor development, and tumor become more and more rapid growing and increasing, and later it become malignant. Okay, the tumor by the rapid proliferation invades the basal lamina that surrounds the tissue having a lamina that invades that tissue. Okay, and tumor cells usually spread into bloodstream. I already told you, blood vessels, and it's distributed the whole body, and that process is known as metastasis. Okay, so through blood cells, bloodstream, it distributed. So if the tumor cell can exit from blood vessels and grow at a distant site, they are considered as malignant. There are so many chances are there. So once it is reported from a body part, it is very urgent to remove it from that. Otherwise, what happens is it will spread through the bloodstream to other body parts also. Okay. The first step in the process is when a single cell within the tissue organ concerned is genetically modified. I already told you. Okay. That will undergo rapid division. Then rapid proliferation leads to growth, tumor growth, that is known as adenoma or polyp, a polyp-like growth. Okay. Now, mutations give an advantage to cell-like rapid growth. So you can see here in this picture, these are the regions of blood. This is the blood vessel, and you can see the mass of tumor cells located. That is benign tumor. This is the mass of tumor cell located. This you can also see that will spreading and into blood streams. It will invade in the blood streams, blood vessels, then passes throughout. Then now look upon what are the characteristic of cancer cell. First one is immortalization. Anashwara. What is immortalization? It will never die. Okay. So no programmed cell death, rapid growth and division. Okay. So in every cell cycle there are checkpoints. What do you mean by checkpoints or signals? When it pass on to G1 to S phase, if it is all the process finished in G1, then only it passes to S point. There are checkpoints. So like checkpoints are there. For example, after synthesis or multiplication or replication of DNA happens, then only it passes to the G2 phase. So after G2, everything protein and replication, everything finished, then only passes to division phase. Okay. Otherwise, it will never move. It will never allow to move. There are signals. So checkpoints ensures the normal division. But if any anomaly or any faulty checkpoints, that may leads to rapid division. Okay. So usually what happens is receptors outside the cell receives some signal. Then based on that, it will produce proteins and undergo division. Okay. So if signals are not available, what happens is it will never stop division, continuously divide. So that there lies a significance of apoptosis. So there is a fixed span of life for every cell. After that, it should be removed. That process is known as programmed cell death or apoptosis. So the cell death is very adverse, orderly process, and so it is called programmed cell death. Okay. Now this is a mechanism of cell suicide, or you can whatever you can call it as. It is essential for survival of organism. For normal development, it is essential. So time to time removal. If it is not happening, what happens is continuous cell division and proliferation, metastasis and cancer. Okay. Then another peculiar feature of cancer cell is loss of contact inhibition. Okay. So when a cell divides continuously, what happens usually is one cell and next cell having a contact. So when it is going on continuously dividing, this cell gives a signal to that cell. So it is now time to stop division. So that will circulate or pass. But when in this cancer cell, this adhesion property that cannot be seen. Okay. So there is a no adhesion or no contact activity. Okay. They are unable to form adhesive junctions or no signals. So it inhibits the contact. Then, when normal cells have become completely surrounded by other cells, their mobility stops and form monolayer. But cancer cell, it will continue to divide and multiply and form tumors. Okay, so they undergo a change in property of the cell membranes and cell cot, etc., and continue to divide. That is a property of cancer cell. No cell to cell contact is keeping. Another peculiar feature is proliferation or metastasis. I already told you what is proliferation. Formation of a large mass of cells, enlarged, that's known as tumors. Then invasiveness. What is invasiveness? Most important characteristic. That is when once a cell become malignant, it will invade other tissues. How it will invade? Through the blood streams. Okay. And it will digest the protease, extracellular matrix, allowing cancer cell to invade. Okay. And secretion of collagenase by cancer cell that help to digest and penetrate to the lamina. Likewise, it invades. So it has a property, controlling property, and it has a divide, removing the chemical components, etc. So every barrier it will remove and it will spread. That is invasive. Then failure to differentiate. It will never differentiate cancer cell. Fail to differentiate. Only what it is doing is continuously divide. Okay. So normal cells are fully differentiated, but it is undifferentiated cells. So in the case of cancer cell, normal differentiation is blocked at the early stages itself. Then the next point is auto-stimulation. What is auto-stimulation? Cancer cell produce growth factor that stimulate its own cell division. Self-stimulation of division. That is auto-stimulation. So it can lead to continuous auto-stimulation of cells. So it reduced growth factor dependence of cancer cell. That's an abnormality in the intracellular signaling system. This intracellular signaling system, its abnormality leads to continuous cell division. Then last one is low amount of nutrient and oxygen for growth and division. These cancer cells require low amount of nutrient and oxygen for growth and division. So it can divide even though there is a scarcity of nutrients. Okay. As cell starts to grow, blood vessel provide nutrients and oxygen. It will take nutrients and oxygen from blood vessels in that stream where it is moving or passing. So that is known as angiogenesis. So cancer and the cancer cells, it is very peculiar and having some important characteristics. You have to study it. Invasiveness, that is a very important point, and also no apoptosis, no programmed cell division, no differentiation, everything. Okay, so these are the some basic things regarding cancer. So that's all for today's class. Have a nice day. Thank you.